F1 and the FIA have updated the regulations once again. A huge step for Formula One, for fans that hated the 50-50 combustion to battery ratio. The proposal and the rules have been updated, have been changed. A quick look here at the FIA website on the updates themselves. Beginning in 2027, F1 and the FIA are going away from the 50-50 power split. They're adding some extra electricity, or they're taking away electricity, and they're emphasizing more on the actual engines. Your thoughts, Ryan? I'll start with you. What have you heard about this? What do you know about this?
I mean, I heard the day it dropped. I didn't read a whole lot into it because it kind of seemed like the writing was on the wall. The second they went into talks, I want to say it was when we had our huge break, it sounded like they were immediately backpedaling on a lot just from fan outcry, much less the driver response. It kind of felt like even the teams knew 50-50 was going to go out the window. I'm curious where we're going to end up with the hybrid split again, because it doesn't seem like they're stepping away entirely from this dream of whatever was net positive,
like a
racing.
Large amount of battery power. The steps that they're taking are, from what I understand, the agreement in principle for the 2027 season, a nominal increase in the engine power by 50 kilowatts, alongside a fuel flow increase, a nominal reduction in the ERS, or the battery deployment, by 50 kilowatts. So moving in opposite directions. I don't know if it goes all the way from 50-50 back to like a 60-40, but I would imagine that probably brings it closer to like 55-45, maybe even somewhere in the middle of those two as well. But basically, yeah, they're leaning back in on engine power, if is the way it reads anyway. Like you mentioned, a bunch of fans were upset about this. Kevin, your thoughts on the updates?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ryan kind of highlighted it. It was kind of like we already knew this was going to happen. Of the changes that the FIA needed to make, this one was the one that a lot of people were talking about the most, was bringing back more power from the engine itself rather than other sources of electricity, or however you want to use those phrases. But I think it was kind of something we already assumed was going to happen. And I think as long as you're doing what the drivers want, but also keeping in mind what the fans need, I think you're going to continue to have success in the sport. And I think collectively fans and drivers wanted this switch.
I mean, I think it makes the competition still close, right? We saw in Miami, them taking a little bit of a step away from the overbearing level of battery power output. I think it's going to make it safer. It continues to move in the safety direction. And the fans in Miami, I don't know about you guys, had a hell of a time watching the Miami Grand Prix. I was on the edge of my seat. And look, if it works with the teams, that's fine with me. Like, if everybody across the board is kind of affected equally, there's nobody that's going to leap, miles up the road, so to speak. I think this is fine. I think it was fun before the regulation tweaks, admittedly. I did have fun in the opening rounds, but I could understand the concerns that fans had. I could understand where people were coming from, where the drivers were coming from. But what we saw at Miami, if it continues to be more of that direction next season, if we get more of that kind of racing, that all the way down to the final lap where it's not like a runaway, at the end of the day, the product of Formula One is going to continue to flourish. We're going to see the fandom continue to grow and grow, and hopefully the subscriber count on this channel continue to grow and grow, because if you're an F1 fan, you stumbled in here, might as well subscribe. But I think this is an overall positive direction. I think that even veteran Formula One fans, like we have a number of F1 fans in our personal lives who we heard very loudly and abhorrently opposing the regulations the first few rounds. And admittedly, us kind of doing our best to be like, they're going to tweak things. It's going to get better, guys. Like, this is not the end of the world. Like, the sport is not dead. It's going to be fine. And now it's moving in a better direction. So when it comes to like my personal friendships, I think this is a positive as well.
Yeah. I'm impressed with the speed with which they're doing it too. I kind of thought this would be like a middle of the season sort of introduction, but they're getting it out the door earlier than I thought that they would. I figured they'd let it simmer and see how many more races.
Yeah, I mean, they made
had
the
a lot of
tweaks for
off
this
time.
season.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, they
that's
had
true.
a ton of downtime this season with the cancellations of Bahrain and Saudi, but like this, obviously, these bigger steps are going to happen in 2027. I guess Formula One at the moment, seeing what they got out of Miami, are really content to go, okay, we're okay with this. Let's see how the rest of the season goes, but we know what else we need to do, rather than making a series of more and more and more changes this season and basically neutering the work that all the teams did in the offseason. It now gives them a lot more time to kind of prepare for bigger changes. Overall, I think this is another positive step in the right direction. With a big regulation change, and Ryan, you've been through way more of these than I have, things change and they're going to tweak things over time. Like I'm certain that there have been other periods and other regulations where, I'm not saying that it was so one-sided where the fans were maybe this upset. Age of social media, everybody's got a hot take, but F1 is very willing to change things if they don't feel like they're moving in the right direction. Would you agree?
I agree, but thinking back, I can't remember, at least in my like time as a fan, a time where it was like this rapid or tumultuous. And maybe it's just because dude, it feels like just across the board on the internet, everyone is so much quicker to like hate something or love something. Like we go to the extremes really quickly.
We got more
faster
fans
now
now
than
than
it felt
ever.
Yeah. So it feels like that sort of just the second they saw these new regs, they were like, these suck, get them out of here. We hate them, change them. And F1 was quick to respond. Whereas like back in the day, you'd at least have like a year or two before you're like, this is kind of not great. Please change it. Now it seems a little more rapid that it only took them 3 competitive races. And then they're like, we're gonna tell you by next year, we're gonna change the 50-50 split.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, but yeah, if you're one of the TLPs and you're following along here, let us know your thoughts on the changes, on the updates, if you think F1's moving in the right direction. We want to hear from you guys, so make sure to comment.